All right, chat. So the YouTuber Hoop Harbor has successfully scammed another person. Now, to those that are new to him, he's been scamming since NBA Infinite days and probably scamming longer than that, but I just know him from NBA Infinite. So remember that Hoop Harbor is not a trusted middleman, he is a scammer. Moving on to the next person that got scammed. So we done had about three, four scams, and it's like I don't know how many times we gotta tell you guys use me, get a trusted middleman if you don't trust me, but like we're available and you could just read what he says. And I was like, damn. So I always get a middleman, man. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you. And then when you guys message me, if we haven't talked before, like for example, Astro is messaging me, I have a notification from Astro. But you're not gonna show up if me and you have never had a private conversation, so I don't see the message. I have to go to this tab right here, and you see that email button, that bell at the top. It says I have one private notification, but that doesn't show unless I actually click on the third thread for it to show. So I don't get your private DMs. I don't get a notification of your private DMs if you're not on my friends list or if we have not talked before. So if you're messaging me about being a middleman, please add me publicly so that I can get the notification and then I can go to my DMs and look for your message. All right, let's move on. Okay, chat. One more thing I want to mention about the scamming thing is that I do go to the gym for about 2 hours. I'm in the gym at 12 to close to 2 o'clock. It's usually between an hour and a half and 2 hours. So if I'm not responding, I'm probably in the gym. So from 12 to 2, but I still check my messages, right? I still look at the phone and hop on if I can, but I don't necessarily have the best connection in the gym. All right, with that said, let's get into the video. So people have asked questions about Embiid, Jokic, and Gasol. And number one thing that I'm gonna tell you to do to make your own decision, as I give you my opinion, is to always come in here and check the attributes. So for me personally, you guys know I love to be fast. I need speed. So the very first thing I did when it came to MB coming out on release date is I got in here and I compared his speed to Bam Adebayo. Okay, then you click over the attributes, and this part right here it acts weird, like it freezes a little bit. So just give me a moment while I try to just scroll down. I gotta do this like every single time too. It be that way. So the movement of Bam Adebayo is 75 and Embiid is 66. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, I can work with Embiid. Now to put that into comparison, I'm not gonna do every single body, but so what we got? We got Embiid at 66. Let me just do it this way because I want to make sure you guys have the kind of get how I do it. So Embiid, and then we'll bring up Gasol first because I think Embiid and Gasol have very similar play styles with minor differences. So you can look at the dunks. The dunks are usually the same. The layup, the mid range is like pretty good mid ranges for both of them. The 3 point surprisingly go to Gasol, even though you get those buff from Embiid. Embiid is going to be knocking them down. The steal, the block, the rebound. It's like not too far off, right? So nothing in here is like a big major difference. So the only thing that makes a major difference to me is the movement. So the movement for Gasol is 64 and Embiid is 66. So it's not too far off. And then I mean another thing that makes a big difference is also your vertical and your rebound. Usually the vertical is the only thing that kind of goes like that makes a big difference between the centers because usually their rebounds like 132, 133 is all in the same kind of range. The contest also be in the same range. The pass varies, the vertical varies, the movements varies as well as the consistency varies. And then just to finish that thought off, let's go ahead and throw Jokic up in here. And Jokic is 56, so he's the slowest one of them all. But of course, he has the best 3 pointer of them all. So it definitely depends on your play style. Me personally, Jokic is just not my play style, so he's eliminated from the list. But we do got people in RK like RK Mo who got a maxed out E7 Jokic. So this is completely like bias is not the word. Like whatever like your personal preference is, that's what you got to consider. But when it comes to choosing between um who's the best at what you're trying to accomplish, go to the attributes and look at that. And then the next thing that you have to come to is the talents. Now, the talents between Embiid and Gasol is actually a big difference. And I'm not going to go too far in detail because it's a lot you can get into. Like if you click on skill descriptions, right? You got the skill description, you got the video, and you also got the ability to switch to details like you guys see over here on this right side. So it says skill description, switch to details. So if you don't know, you can switch to details as my okay, there we go. And then it goes into like a further breakdown description of what is actually going on and what is actually getting buffed and things like that. So the big difference between, well, let's just throw out Jokic because Jokic is the easiest one to eliminate. Jokic is not necessarily a blocker. He's a rebounder and he's a three-point shooter. Jokic has no bonuses to his defensive attributes. With Jokic, you wanna pop and roll and get to the midi or get to the three. More than likely, you're gonna pop and roll to the three. With that being said, if you're running Jokic, you probably want to sack it big, so you're probably running the power forward onto the Kumpo. You might even be running Tatum. So Jokic provides another three-point threat to the team, but he's not necessarily the person who's going to lock down the paint defensively, right? So that's the main thing that eliminates Jokic from my list is because I love stopping the paint. So since NBA Infinite, give me the best blocker. Give me you know what I'm saying? I always been that way. Give me the best fucking blocker. I ain't trying to say who's number two, number three. I'm trying to figure out who's number one at blocking, and that's who I'm going with. Now with DCD is a little bit different. Like everybody can block. Like everybody in this fucking game can block. So then, with that being said, the only thing that goes towards the attributes and the talents is do they have any blocking um talents because they're called the skills are called talents. Just make sure y'all keep up with me. So all everything right here is a talent. The skills are all talent. And do they have any blocking buff talents? Do they have any defensive buff talents, rebound buff talents, anything like that? So for Embiid versus Gasol, they both have rebounds, but Gasol has to put back dunk, right? Now that can I don't necessarily know how it works with Gasol. Like I don't know if you have the his first skill unlocked to the max to get that putback dunk. I don't know if it's an automatic putback dunk, if it's an offensive rebound, or if there's a way you can cancel the putback dunk version. I don't know. If anybody can answer that for me, thank you. But if you cannot cancel that putback dunk, using his skill at the wrong time can put your team into a losing position. There was actually a game where somebody used Gasol alt to catch the rebound, but the putback dunk gave them 2 points, and they literally needed 3 points. So that putback dunk actually fucked them over and cost them to lose that game. So that's if you can't cancel it. I don't know if you can cancel it, but if you can't cancel it, keep that in mind. That depending on the situation, you might not be able to use it. All right, so both of them have a rebound ability. And the biggest thing that I really, really want to get to is we're just going to go straight to it, so you know what I mean. So, like for the trusted process, right? It triggers or the effect starts to accumulate, getting a rebound, a block, or assist, or even making a shot. Now, keep in mind block, all right? Because I'm trying to get the blocks. So block and rebound, and you're gonna see where I'm going with this when we pull up Gasol. All right, so that's one talent skill for blocks and rebound. The next is Arsenal. I think this is his scoring ability. So they both have scoring abilities, no doubt. Embiid has a little more footwork that you can break down, and then you get to the side block here. Key attributes block, and then it talks about the block. Mismatch D for defensive possessions, and then the top screens. All right, so then when we go over here to Gasol, as I'm waiting for my screen here, and you go into his talent, wrong one. When you go into his skill talent, so there's the rebound that we talked about. So this right here, front court matador, offensive rebounding, and then the matador sprints, got the knockback effect, and it goes into everything else. Catch and drive, with receiving the ball, the dribble, the matador slam, and then the matador footwork, and then the matador rebound, and then the rolling screen. So He, just like Jokic, don't have any of those kind of buffs to blocks that I'm looking for. When we went over Embiid, Embiid had like two or three of them that talked about blocks, right? Gasol doesn't have any of them. So you can go through this, read them. Rebound, increase rebound range, front court. You got the knockback. It's all offensive, right? You get down here. Now the reach and block, it does increase the block range during Matador sprint, but Embiid has that too. If you go down, if you go all the way down to the talent info, you're gonna see that in Embiid as well. But as far as just the top portion, because you gotta level up the skills to even get down to all of these extra benefits, right? But just off rip, what you're getting is just this before you get to upgrade and unlocking all of that. So just at the bottom when you max it out, he has one thing that increases his blocking range, and you can do the same thing for all of them, right? And then like just because it increased the block range, nothing else helps when it comes to his block because the front court matador, it's about scoring or it's about knocking back. So offensive rebound or recover a loose ball. Let's see, Matador Slam, Knockbacks Defender. Yeah, then you can play it as well if it actually plays. I want to make sure I'm giving you the right information because I don't know his skills by heart. Yeah, so it's just a rebound. It's an offensive rebound, right? The catch and drive, the dribble, that's offensively. The Matador Slam, and we can continue to go down here as well just so you can see it because we this that's about it for this video. I want to make sure you see it all so you know what I mean about who's a better blocker, who's a better rebounder, etc., etc. The Matador rebound. Nothing back here under here as to blocking. Nothing at all, right? So then we're gonna go to Embiid and then we're gonna finish it off at that. So basically, Embiid is a better blocker, and then you can kind of argue amongst yourself who's the better scorer. If you want my opinion, I would actually say that Gasol has a more of a um his bag is more of a bully bag. Like a lot of his shit is about pushing and attacking the paint and scoring offensively. Like Gasol is just a scoring beast. Embiid is a little bit of a mixture because he can score as well, but he can't like he can't bully in the paint like Gasol can bully in the paint. So that's the biggest thing right there. But again, it's just 2 points, y'all. You can get 2 points with anybody. I still got that same NBA Infinite mentality. We hunting for threes. I don't need my Gasol to score twos. I don't need my Embiid to score twos. I really don't need my Zion to score twos. I don't need my Antetokounmpo to score twos. I don't even need my LeBron James to score twos. We got Tatum's. We don't need Tatum to score twos. I'm hunting for threes. I've always been that way. But I will say that there is times where you need to score twos just because of DCD has you missing wides off of your cycle. But just overall, you get me. I'm looking for threes or just to put the ball in my shooter head. If my shooter score two, he just score two. But you know what I'm looking for overall. All right, so back to wait. So the rebound. So you got the rebound evolution in there, the rebound protection. You got the block evolution in here, the arsenal, the footwork. You get the side block, the block mastery, the full speed recovery because that's block range increase with sprinting. Increase the action of the next shot. Okay, what's the now mismatch D? And then yeah, you guys just gotta get in here and just kind of go through it all for yourselves. But yeah, that's that'll do it for this video. Embiid is my pick. Is because you guys know, like I'm just looking to be a fucking monster on defense. Like I got two shooters on my team. Somebody better handle the ball offensively besides me. If I gotta score, then I can score with Embiid. But I'm just looking to be a defensive monster, and he has enough speed to be able to kind of do the help defense as well. So I hope that helps you guys come up with a decision. Embiid is my pick when it comes to who's better between Gasol, Jokic, and even Bam. When Ben Wallace come out, I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Now, but with that said, if you're free to play, stick to the free to play players, bro, because these fucking things are expensive, man. Like you gotta. Can I show you guys here? I can't. I got one of them I can show for sure. Is it this one? No, it's not. Damn. I probably already unlocked it. Okay, this one right here. Bro, it takes 20, bro. It takes 20. And I done already like spent all I had just to get to where I'm at now. If you don't know how to get them, you can get the ones for free that just kind of fits everybody. Um, it's on the items. So like all the kind of let's just say pay to play players, not necessarily pay to win, but pay to play players. They're in here. And each one of those cards costs 200 diamonds, bro. So you need 2,000 for 20, bro. And I got 7,000. And I don't know if you're free to play. I don't know how many fucking diamonds you get, but like, bro, if you go, they're expensive, bro. They're fucking expensive. So if you're not spending on a game, stick to the free to play characters. Like, bro, Bam is good. Capella is good. Some people like Nurkic. Nurkic is like the little Jokic to me, and because I don't like Jokic, I don't like Nurkic. So that's just how that goes, bro. So yeah, man, these damn things are expensive, y'all. Cause I got Embiid, I got Antetokounmpo. I'm trying to get LeBron. Like man, they're expensive, y'all. And then where's the ones that fit everybody? I think it's these right here, the 120 ones. So I think don't quote that. I don't see why you would have the ability to buy 120 cards when the ones that are up here cost 200. That don't make any sense to me. Let's just try it real quick and then we'll end this video. So I only have one. So let's see if that'll give me two Embiids. Down here at top screen. No. I still only have one Embiid. So yeah, you literally have to go in there and get the actual face cards of these pay to play players. And they're fucking expensive depending on how many you trying to get. All right, y'all. We out.